This is from the Bleacher Report. Bargain bin free agents who can solve roster issues 2023. They go with wide receiver Darius Slayton. Spotrac projects Slayton will command $3.5 million on the open market. A steal for any team that needs a solid number 2 wide receiver, or 5th rounder in the 2019 draft for the Giants. I don't know that he gives the Browns the element that they need. I don't think he's I think at $3.5 million, he's probably a bargain. Who do you think, is there a name that you think the Browns kind of target and have their eye on as somebody that can help them add to what Cooper and DPJ and David Bell bring to that room?
The one interesting name that I've seen come up that is kind of intriguing for me, having done maybe not as much research as I will as the offseason goes on this, Trent Sherfield from, I believe, Miami. I mean, he to me seems like kind of an interesting guy because he brings that speedy element to this team that I don't think, you don't necessarily get the same thing out of him that you get out of an Amari Cooper or a Donovan Peoples-Jones already. So I think too, it's feasible, you start some crazy talking. It's would they potentially want, not extend DPJ and be willing to move on from him? Or would they already be ready to move on from Amari Cooper? But I think you kind of saw him have a good season in an increased role with the Dolphins. And I'm not opposed to a name like that because I've kind of said before, you maybe already have your number 1 receiver in Amari Cooper, right? They don't necessarily need to make a kind of move like they did last offseason to get an Amari Cooper type of guy in here. He can be your number 1 receiver, but I do think you need to find a guy who has that speed element because Donovan doesn't really do that. Amari's obviously more known for his route running. So that's a name I think that has been intriguing me lately as I've started to read up on this.
Agree with you wholeheartedly as far as a skill set. Somebody that can threaten the defense vertically and horizontally.